Hey, what is going on, y'all? Kendrick here again, and hope you guys had a happy Halloween. And yeah, in my previous video, I've explained the plot of Thomas and the Magic Railroad. And what do I think of it? Well, as I play Thomas and the Magic Railroad NBC on Roblox, I'll start off with the bad stuff because there's a lot of it. The biggest problem with it is incorporating Shining Time Station, which takes up the majority of the film. Because of this, Thomas and his friends are barely men in it. In fact, the movie could sort of work with Thomas at all. Especially in his first movie, you'd think that a majority of characters are present here because they have an opportunity to. Ooh. Especially after the first 5 seasons. This movie came out after the first 5 seasons of the show. Oh. Heck, they should have even brought them all here. But no! We don't even get Edward! Come on! No Edward? He was the first engine in the Railway series, you morons! I don't give it. I don't crap. I just don't. Sorry. I don't care if his model's not complete in time. Just somehow crop him using photo editing. Anyway, like I said before, I wouldn't have minded it if all the 5 main human characters, if it was the 2 conductors, Lily, and the 2, Mr. C Jr., Patch, Lily, and Burnett at Stone, if it was on Sodor, especially P.T. Boomer, he'd be more of a sidekick to Diesel 10. It would have make a lot more sense and take the complexity out of the plot. In fact, instead of Lily, Thomas helps bring back Lady to life with the help of his friends, which should have been like Hero of the Rails. That would have been perfect. Okay, not perfect, but yet it would be a little bit better. The engines are one of the 2 is the second. The engines are the secondary folk. The engines are just one of the 2 focuses of the show, and we focus on characters that are completely underdeveloped, and we just met them. It just that are kind of underdeveloped. It just baffles some. It just baffles some fans why Britt Allcroft wanted to combine the 2 shows. I just can't imagine the Reverend's reaction to it. I mean, it goes way against the purpose of the Railway series. This is the guy that went berserk at just because Henry didn't learn a signalman. How do you think he'd react to a magic railroad? To be honest, I would have liked to see P.T. Boomer. I don't know, think he'd really make the movie much better, or story-wise. Well, sort of. He would have made. But as a matter of fact, it would deviate even more from Tom. I know having Diesel 10 as the villain can be but don't get me wrong, having Diesel 10 as the villain can actually really work in Thomas terms. He's just a great villain, which I'll get to in. He's just a great portray. The way he's portrayed in this movie is so great, which which I'll get to probably in a future video. Anyway, the human. Also, a lot of the human characters are kind of underdeveloped and uninteresting. But but Mr. Conductor, Alec Baldwin is Mr. Conductor, and Michael E. Rogers as C. Jr. Are fine. But I'm talking about Lily as Mara Wilson as Lily, Peter Fonda as her grandpa Burnett Stone, and Cody McCain's, I think that's how it's pronounced, as Patch, etc. I give Peter Fonda credit for being in this movie, but the character itself is just kind of boring. Lily's, however, is worse. Mara Wilson is a good actor, but the character here is just so boring to watch. It's kind of hard. As I said in my last video, it's kind of hard to explain why I don't like her all that well. But to give you an idea, guys, she's just like Freddie Highmore as Charlie Bucket in Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But as much as I love that movie, Charlie was just too perfect, completely bland and one-dimensional. Lily is exactly the same. I do give them credit for having a female do her role. It's like they were trying to set up a relationship between her and Patch, but it just doesn't go anywhere. Maybe or maybe it did. They were probably married in the end of the film, because I did see the family walking down below at the end. There's hardly anything to do with it. I mean, I'd be totally fine if they made her the narrator and have them married in the end, while a lot of the changes from the original director's cut were unnecessary and ridiculous. I am sort of... Some were actually made... They made Mr. C the main focus. Mr. C the narrator. Even though it's called Thomas and the Magic Railroad, not Mr. C and the Magic Railroad. Like, how many times do I have to remind you? It's a Thomas movie! We need Thomas! Okay? Okay, I sound like an idiot now. But the fact that the engines are just one of the two main focuses, while Shining Time Station is the second, and the underdevelopment of the human characters hugely brought the film down, sort of, but not so really, in my opinion. Another issue with the film is the complexity of the plot. For a kid's film, you gotta make a plot that's simple. That's what made the original stories, Thomas and Friends stories, fantastic. They were simple, but great. I mean, how simpler can you get than an engine hiding in a tunnel to avoid getting wet? In this movie, even I do kind of get what's... I do kind of grasp the plot. Basically. And I know the basic story, but sometimes it gets kind of complicated, especially after Thomas takes Lily back through the magic buffers. Even though I certainly didn't know what the heck was happening when they went through the Magic Railroad. I mean, I know P.T. Boomer would have contributed, but the story is kind of hard for a little kid to get a hold of, and also there is a lot of stuff that's left unexplained. Very little stuff that's left unexplained. I'm not talking about PT Boomer scenes, because that's understandable. But it really baffles me that PT Boomer was cut from the film because the dang test audiences claimed he was too scary for little kids. See? This is why I hate test audiences in general. They always have to spoil the fun and entertainment of media no matter what. And they also complain the same thing about Keith Scott as Diesel Ted. But don't get... Because Keith Scott does so perfectly with Diesel Ted's voice. But don't get me wrong, Neil Crone made Diesel Ted and so enjoyable to watch too. One thing that but anyway, what always baffled some fans as a kid was how an engine on the British Railways is how an engine on Sodor built by an ordinary British railway is the engine of who runs the Magic Railway. Throughout the movie, we see Burnett Stone moping over blueprints of Lady given to him by the British Railways of Sodor, implying that after Lady crashed, Sodor loaned Lady to him, and somehow later we see her like a goddess. We need a lot more explanation here. Maybe she was actually built by the British Railways from Sodor, or magic gold dust that Thomas's driver found, or she accidentally ran through gold dust or something. Those are fairly simple ideas that could be easily incorporated into the story. I mean, come on. Do they really expect me to believe that the British Railways built the island of Sodor incarnation of Jesus's unmentioned sister or girlfriend or something? It's not building the locomotive. It's just, how did she become the engine of the Magic Railroad? Well, anyway, the absence of the fact that the engines are are one of the two main focuses, and the complexity of the plot are the two major problems with the film. But anyway, on a positive note, I still enjoy this film. It's never really bad to the point where it's just unwatchable, and never gets so bad that you want to puke. Am I right? But anyway, I'll be reviewing this movie more in the future, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe to join the Kendrick crew, and leave a like if you had fun watching. This is Kendrick Franklin, signing off.
Now, we'll always remember our shining time together.